alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Hello and welcome to the Bad Movie Cult podcast, where each week we walk you step by step, minute by minute through a film, and by the end we decide whether it's good enough or bad enough, depending on your perspective on films, to be included into the Bad Movie Cult, or if it lives to fight another day. And with me, helping me through this, some dickhead with glasses on. His name's Ken Be Wild.
Hey, that's me. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, you know.
I'm in a great mood, Ken, because we are kicking off our whole month. It's a month that we've decided we're going to dedicate to one subject and one subject only. We're tackling the big issues. It is, of course, APE-RIL. Do you see what we've done there, listeners?
It's very clever indeed. Perhaps too clever. You probably don't get it because it's too clever.
Let me explain. Throughout the month of April, we are going to be covering nothing but ape films.
Imagine that. And with our output, that's potentially 3 films.
Holy shit. You're going to be up to your fucking nipples in apes.
There's too many apes, some would say. Nipple deep in apes. That's no good. That's one of the films we'll be covering as well.
And to kick off this month, the film we're covering is the 1969 Rene Cardona film, Night of the Bloody Apes.
An orgy of terror. It's the night of the bloody apes. Creatures born of madness, half man, half beast, all horror.
It's the monster!
The night of the bloody apes. One man shares their terrible secret. One man challenges nature on the night of the bloody apes. Sharing their bloodlust in the name of science, daring divine will with his bizarre creations.
But a horrible half-beast, half-human.
They strike again, and again, and again. The lust of a man in the body of a beast. What can stop them? What can appease them? Half man, half beast, all horror. Nobody sleeps. Beware. The night of the bloody apes. They rip, they tear, they claw you to pieces. It's an orgy of terror. Beware. It's the night of the bloody apes. Beware. It's the night of the bloody apes, and the creatures of hell are loose. The night of the bloody apes.
Rene Cardona, Ken, no stranger to the podcast.
What? Go on.
He directed Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Really?
He did indeed.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, I recognise the stink of this director from a mile off.
This is far more enjoyable.
It is, god damn it.
No, you know, that's saying something because this is shit. But still, it's a lot more fun, isn't it?
Is it shit? Listeners, you be the judge, because here's the plot. To save his son from leukemia, Dr. Krolman performs a heart transplant and replaces his son's heart with that of an ape. However,
Oh.
this mutates his body and wreaks havoc in the city. It's always the way, isn't it? This is a tale as old as time.
Isn't it just?
Got some taglines for you,
Oh,
Kenneth.
yes, please.
Nobody sleeps the night of the bloody apes.
Okay. It's all right, I guess.
They rip, they claw, they tear you to pieces.
Bloody hell.
Who's they? One man in his
bloody
pyjamas.
apes. The bloody apes, that's who it is.
God. An orgy of terror.
Oh, yes, please.
Half man, half beast, all horror.
I do like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that
I
one.
like that.
This is also known as La Horripilante Bestia Humana,
Oh, yes.
the horrible man beast. And Horror y Sexo, horror and sex. That was the special edition of the film for the more tolerant foreign markets.
Oh,
More scenes of nudity, more gore.
really? That's
Indeed.
nice of them.
Yeah. And also, Gomar, the human gorilla.
That's ridiculous.
Who the hell's Gomar?
Who the fuck was that for?
I don't know.
Which market was that for? The kids?
Seeing as it's Gomar, probably the Martians.
The Martians again, isn't it? It's the same fucking one, isn't it? It's bloody Moomin and bloody, what's it, Voltan.
Yeah, that's him, and fucking Bald Arse.
That's him, yeah.
So this is a luchador movie, which is popular in the golden age of Mexico. If you have a little look, there's loads of these type of films where there's wrestling in it, because wrestling's a big deal down in Mexico, still is. I found this film, because I know you'd seen this before as well, hadn't you?
I've bought this.
Yeah.
I bought this years ago
Yeah.
off eBay, and it came through. It's just a fucking copy. It's a bootleg version.
Yeah.
Still got it. Kept it though.
Yeah.
You know, not complaining.
This is the most Mystery Science Theatre film that they never covered. And the reason I found this was them, because I saw Samson versus the Vampire Women, which is a luchador film. And through that, I enjoyed that one. I tried to find like other ones from Mexico and ended up finding this. I watched this a few years ago. So I was delighted when I bought that up. You were like, absolutely. So you already knew it. Absolutely perfect, Ken. Well done.
Yeah, the luchador is obviously very, very prevalent to the plot throughout. It's got nothing to do with anything, and the wrestling they do show is rubbish.
Yeah, it's bad.
Absolutely painful to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's about 4 matches as well that you have to watch. The whole matches.
It's like, what's the point of any of that? There's no relevance to wrestling. But, you know, whatever. If that was what they were into, why not? And I tell you what, though, it's ladies.
Oh.
It's female wrestling.
Oh my, luchadoras.
Oh, very, very sexy, Latina.
This was on the video nasty list.
It was, yeah.
I think it was for the cover though, right? Because like the cover of this is like a scalpel, a bloody scalpel, isn't it? With a doctor holding it, I
Yeah.
believe, or the guy's face like close up
I
with
don't
blood
know.
coming out his mouth.
I don't know.
So that was
bootleg, ain't I?
How old were you during the video nasties period? 80s, I guess. So you'd have been right in the period where you were like, I need to see these films.
No, I was too young for
Oh,
that.
really?
I was sheltered. I was
Of
sheltered
course,
from all of this.
Of course, yes.
I was terrified of Ghostbusters, for fuck's sake.
Well, so was
woman,
I. The
woman in the
woman-
library.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrified of that sort of shit. I was still being scared by Superman 3, Sister in the Wires, that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not fucking around with bloody apes, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah.
No, Raiders of the Lost Ark, face melting fuck. I ain't messing with these apes. That
Yeah.
sort of thing was for kids and it's absolutely terrifying.
You did see sort of TV horror though, didn't you? You saw like Pet Cemetery. You saw
Pet Cemetery I watched, it scared the fuck out of me. That did,
Yeah,
it was
we'll
the
probably
first-
cover that
That
at
was the
some point.
first one that scared the shit out of me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Zelda.
Pet Cemetery. No, it was bloody Pascal did it for me.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't have until Pascal just suddenly appear in there with half a head.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like him. He was a good guy as well. Scared the shit out of me.
And that's not Zelda even hadn't even turned up at that point.
No. He scared me. Yeah, so I did. I mean, I saw Jaws.
Salem's Lot.
Saw Jaws. A bit of Salem's Lot. Yeah. My mum called me down, told me to watch this, and it was the transformation scene of American Werewolf in London. So I shit my pants watching that as well. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, so that kind of thing I was watching, but not the whole films.
Yeah.
So video nasties. No, I never got really to watch any of those.
Yeah, I had a brother about 10 years older than me, so that's how I watched horror. My first memories of horror was Evil Dead 2, the bit in the cellar where ash is thrown down
Oh,
and a
yes.
woman explodes out the floor. That terrified me as a child. Yeah, so this is part of the video nasties, as I say, and on the front cover it had warning: this film contains scenes of extreme and explicit violence
And apes.
and massive amounts of one ape. So that's it. We've set it up beautifully, Ken. Shall we crack into this?
Yes, please. Let's hit it.
Here we go. So after some painfully long credits, nearly 2 minutes of credits.
Yeah, where they show stills from the film you're about to watch behind the credits, which fucking irritates me. It irritates me like when you in DVDs used to have the animated menus.
Yeah.
And before you even chose what you were going to watch, they showed you bits from the film you're about to watch. And you think, what's the fucking point of this? I'm going to watch it. It is literally that film. Why would I have put it in if I'm not going to watch it? Stop spoiling the fucking film. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I just popped me in there, off I went, get myself a little drink, came back, bloody scenes from the film were already on.
Yeah, you've watched half the film by the time you sat down.
Ridiculous. Yeah, but they do that. And we're greeted instantly by a female, and she's a wrestler, and somebody's knocking on her door. She doesn't know who it is. Twice. She doesn't know who it is, even though he says who he is twice. And I didn't know who it was either, because I couldn't hear a fucking word he was saying.
He's behind the door, isn't he?
Turns out, though, it's Arthur.
It is Arthur.
Yeah.
She wears a red devil outfit. The mask is a red devil with little horns on it.
Yeah, and it's very dramatic, isn't it, the music, as she puts that mask on. And we get a very, very close-up.
Yeah, Arthur's like, best of luck for the big match. Do you mind if I help you put your mask on? She's like, no, not at all. Help me put my mask on, Arthur.
All right, I will. Thank you for your permission.
And then we cut to the fight. My note is, thoughts on this match, Kenneth?
My notes are, we get 5 minutes of shit wrestling. It's red versus green.
It is generic green versus devil. Lots of snapmares, lots of arm drags. That's about it. Lots of just kicking each other in the face.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
I didn't.
The devil looks to throw the green one out the ring pretty safely, looking at it. Not really any spice to the throw. But unfortunately, she nearly kills herself when she lands on the floor. We know this thanks to Arthur, who springs into action to take the mask off her and check her pulse. And that's where we find out Arthur is a lieutenant in the police force.
That's right. I quite like that, because the other cops were already there, weren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know why they were already there, but they were just like, do you need anything from us, Lieutenant? And then the doctor, who's already on the scene as well, he's there, he takes the pulse, he looks up to the Red Devil wrestler and just says, call the hospital. And she's like, I can't, I'm a wrestler, I haven't got a phone, have I? What are you telling me to do this for? And she just stands there.
But we do cut to the telephone operator with her
somebody
shirt
calls
on,
them. Yeah.
her shirt on backwards. Either that or she's got a very hairy face. Is she one of the apes? One of the bloody apes?
She could well be.
My God, they've infiltrated us at the very core.
Yeah, we get quite a lot of this switchboard, don't we? It's quite high up on the plot points, this switchboard operator.
Yeah, every single time we cut to her, she's in a different shirt, all of them backwards. It's quite the look.
The backwards man.
I thought is this Tom Green?
She can answer phones as fast as you can.
This is when we meet Dr. Krolman. Krolman.
I'll just put the doctor.
The good doctor. He's played by Jose Elias Moreno. Do you know what else he's been in?
No.
Santa Claus versus the Devil.
Oh, for fuck's sake, was he?
Yeah.
Who was he in that?
Santa.
Was he?
It was Santa, yeah.
Fucking hell. I preferred him in this as well, then.
That fucking song, Christ.
Oh, no, I much prefer this.
Well, he's leaving. He's had enough. He's leaving.
I like that, yeah. Doctor, there's an urgent call. There's somebody life-threatening injuries. Yeah, well, I've just off out, so...
I'm getting out of here.
See you then, bye.
He's met outside by his chauffeur, which also turns out to be his assistant, Goyo.
He's got a limp, hasn't he?
He's got a little limp dick.
He's got a little limper. Yeah, he's old Miranda's limper going on. Yeah, the reason the doctor
Hello, Goyo. How's your little limp dick?
It's not bad, Master. Thank you, Master.
Just call him Master, doesn't
Maybe
he?
look at it later, Master. Yeah.
Oh, give it here, Goyo.
Still limp, Goyo. Yes, anyway, yeah, he can't take the call. He can't help this injured lady because he's off to the zoo with Goyo. He's gone to the zoo to look at apes.
Yeah, in the middle of the day.
It seems in the middle of the day.
It was night.
It's closed, isn't it? Everything's closed, but it is daytime.
It was night time, and since from driving to getting there, I don't know how far away it is, but it's the middle of the day, bright sunshine. I've put, hopefully they don't bump into a Sumatran rat monkey.
Well, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or better.
Yeah.
For us. Krulman assembles a rifle out of his briefcase. Not out of it, like he doesn't make it out of his briefcase. That'd be incredible.
Like fucking Scaramanga.
Something from Jettison Cocoon.
In front of his shoe.
He gets a rifle out and looks like he's gone there to shoot the orangutan we see, but he misses, and instead he hits a guy in a really bad-looking gorilla suit.
He's a crack shot if he was aiming for him.
Yeah.
It's through wire fence and everything. He's fucking miles away. It's a massive dart as well. It's the size of a spear. It's like a harpoon or something he's firing.
It's funny the way the guy in the gorilla suit falls over.
Instantly. He's just bouncing about and he just falls.
Yeah, it's like when cowboys get shot in those old
I'd say
films.
what would have been good? It would have been good if you just heard him go, oh, and then fell over.
Just gets down really gingerly.
Oh, dear.
And that's it. You see him sort of creep towards the cage, and we cut back. There's loads of cuts in this film. They're showing nothing.
Yeah, we go backwards and forwards without anything happening.
You got the devil wrestler. She's blaming herself for the injury to her opponent when she threw her out the ring.
I like it because she says, I feel I'm to blame. And Arthur says, but why? And she's like, well, I threw her out the ring, didn't it? It was fucking me, that's why. She was like, oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, it is your fault then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% your fault. But, you know, he does the nice thing and says, no. The wrestlers know the risks they take when they step into the ring with the mighty, 9-stone female. Yeah, Lucy Osorio, I think it was her name.
Yes, we do find out that's her name, and Arthur is Lieutenant Martinez. The doctor turns up to give him the bad news that a sliver of bone has lodged into the cerebrum.
Yes.
We hear cerebrum a lot.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, cerebrum is mentioned an awful lot in this film.
They'll have to remove it surgically. Unfortunately, the head of surgery has gone to the zoo for the day, so...
to shoot gorillas.
We get the classic evil scientist Leia now back at Krulman's.
Yeah, as if we didn't know, he is actually there with the gorilla now. We cut straight to him, looking at his gorilla. He's got him laid on a gurney. He's got him in a cage, sorry, hasn't he? Yeah, he's in a cage. And I like it because he says to Goya, lock up when you leave. And Goya says, I always do. And you think, all right, fucking hell, calm down.
Yeah,
Limp dick fuck.
Yeah, well, that's why he's so angry, isn't it?
Yeah, a little passive-aggressive fuck over there.
Krulman gets a call to get his ass back to the hospital, but not before we get to watch him walk every step in the house. He enters the phone in the foreground and then walks to the highest room in his house, which is massive. We get to watch every single fucking step. To silence as well.
Yeah, it's just, well, you don't, he's not going...
There's not even footstep music. It's just silence.
It's just silent walking.
And all you hear is that you, Papa?
It's little Julio.
Julio.
He's little Julio. He's not very well.
We've got some gimp in pyjamas,
He's a fully grown fucking man. He's also apparently made of plastic by the look of his face.
I've written that. He's like a doll man.
Yeah, he's like, fucking hell, man. What's going on with his face?
Yeah, I've put this conversation seems to be between a father and a son who's about 8 years old.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fully grown man or mannequin from a shop.
It does look like a sort of Ken doll, life-size Ken doll.
Fucking weird-looking bloke, isn't he?
He never blinks either.
No, well, that's Julio for you.
He's not happy, Julio, that his dad's going back to work, but duty calls.
Papa.
But Papa, why?
Is that you, Papa?
Papa, can you hear me?
Fucking fully grown man.
That 30 years old, this bloke.
Slap that fucking boy, wouldn't you? Be like, fucking call me that, you idiot. Grow up.
Papa? Mama?
Them two in bed together. Imagine that. Just both of them waking up at the same time with a zoom up. Crash zoom on both of them.
Imagine that Krulman looks down and Julio's looking at him and then it just pans to the left and you got Peter Barr.
Bloody Michael. Michael, no!
Can I breastfeed from you, Papa? Anyway, we have to watch him go back down the stairs.
Is that you, Papa?
There's passage of time, but you've got to sort of guess roughly how. No one tells you how long
I ain't
this
got a
shit
clue.
is.
I ain't got a clue.
Because the next shot is Crawlman coming out of surgery. He tells Lucy and Arthur that they've done all they can, they just have to wait now. And Lucy blames herself again. If Elena, who's the name of the wrestler, if she dies, it's her fault.
I like the fact that he says, we've done all we can. Now all we can do is wait. And then he looks up into the air of nothing and just says, and pray. And I thought, that's fucking brilliant. That is.
Yeah.
That's the kind of bollocks that you want in these films.
Yeah.
Might as well have just bitten his own fist at that point.
Yeah.
And pray.
Yeah.
And just walks off. But yeah, it's fantastic. I really enjoyed that bit.
Crawlman is surrounded by very sad-looking doctors next.
Yeah,
and they
it's a
tell
fucking
him,
big old office, that, isn't it? Where the hell are they all sat?
Yeah. They tell him there's nothing they can do for his son despite all the advances of science. His days are now counted.
Poor little Julio.
Oh, Papa. Crawlman's so upset by this, he stares at us down the camera lens for a little bit.
It made me a little bit unnerved by the whole thing. I thought, oh shit, does he want me to do something?
I think he did.
I think he was expecting me to help.
Kenneth, if anyone can help, it's you.
And the doctor, after finding out the bad news that his days are counted instead of numbered, it's the same thing. You can always count them if they're numbered.
There is some weird English translation going on the way they say stuff.
He just lies to Julio and says, yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, he says that the results are improving, the infection has been detained, and he will soon start a complete recovery.
And his exact words are as well, all the other doctors definitely agree with me. You're there thinking, I think you've overdone that bit. Just a touch there to be suspicious. You don't say definitely. All the other doctors agree is fine. Definitely agree with me. Raises a suspicion.
It does, because Julio says, tell me the truth, Papa. Are you sure I'm recovering? And Crawlman tells him, of course you're recovering. And he does some of the best sad look-away acting I've ever seen in a Mexican luchador film.
Because he says, yes, I swear it. And then he turns away, doesn't he?
And that's the fist bite. That should have been the fist bite.
Little tear in his eye. It's like, fucking hell, that's beautiful. Julio, meanwhile, behind him, it's just sat there smiling like a fucking pedo.
He looks like Elijah Wood in Maniac.
Yeah, he does a bit, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a fucking weirdo, this guy.
I tell you what, he looks like Elijah Wood when he's being sort of devoured by the dogs in Sin City. You know, he's just sitting there smiling.
Yeah, I tell you, it's like Elijah Wood crossed with Pee Wee Herman. That's this kind of guy.
That's a fucking fantastic
I think
shout,
that's what this guy looks like.
Yeah.
He's got like fake hair on and everything. Just weird looking bloke. Anyway, he's definitely going to die, but his dad's told him he won't, so he's happy. Still with us there?
Yeah. In fact, my note is there's some weird shots in this film where we just cut back to actors not doing anything.
There's some more stairs now, isn't there?
Yes,
There's a few more stairs to be walked up and down.
Yeah, Crawlman's going down to the lab, tells us some backstory on the film and that his assistant had a similar diagnosis, and he only lived thanks to Crawlman.
Yes.
And it's his turn to help him do the same for his son, Julio. Julio.
There's his assistant... Goya is just having a look at the microscope, isn't he? What's he fucking looking at? Is he a doctor or what, this guy? No, so what's he doing?
I don't think
he's got a bloody white coat on, he's got the gown, hasn't he? He's got he's looking through microscopes at shit. What's he doing? Who do you think he is?
He looks up and he's got the ink circle round his eye. Old Crawlman's done him again, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's like, hey, take that, limp dick.
In one of Ken's films.
Yeah, no comma. It was just take that limp dick.
Take him away. They plan to do the operation tonight, and they shoot the guy in the gorilla costume yet again. That can't be good for him, that man.
He's not really done much, has he, that guy?
No.
He's just been fucking stood there. He wasn't doing anything anyway, was he, when they shot him a second time? He was just there. He's like, why? Just falls over again. Why?
When that's like on the gurney, they didn't need to put a man in that costume. They could have just like made it look a bit more gorilla-like. It's literally just him with his massive legs sticking out the end of the fucking gurney. We find out that his plan is to transplant the hearts. So Julio gets the heart of the gorilla, which is obviously certain death in real life if that ever happened. You can't just put animal hearts in humans.
You can fucking do a pig heart.
You can't put gorilla hearts in humans, Ken. Look what happens.
Yeah, but we didn't know back then. This was the 60s, man.
Yeah.
We were willing to try anything to save little plastic boys. He was The only reason he's putting the heart in is because he doesn't think the human heart would be able to cope with the stronger gorilla blood, which he believes will stop the infection. So he's actually transfusing blood into him, but in order to process the blood, the only option he's got is to actually put the whole bloody gorilla heart in there.
Good God.
That's the real nitty-gritty of it all. If it was as simple as a blood transfusion, he'd be up and at 'em.
What goes into preparing a gorilla, Ken? Because Krallman says, move the table over to the cage and prepare the gorilla.
Well,
did you research this topic as I asked?
I think you basically just have a little talk with them, let them know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And just, lay out all the worst case scenario, but hopefully the best case scenario. Tell them about worst case Sicario, the film pitch that was far better than the one we did on Leprechaun.
Screw you, Monkey's-Mo.
Monkey's-Mo, yes, you'll be involved, no doubt, this month in your ape-like shenanigans. But that's how you prepare a gorilla. You just tell them the options, lay it all out flat for them, then shoot them with a dart, and then rip their heart out whilst they're asleep, and then burn the cadaver.
Perfect, thank you.
That's how you prepare a gorilla.
We get a crash zoom on a diagram of a heart on the wall.
That's how you know that his credentials are top notch.
Yes.
Fully legitimate. He's got a picture.
Similar crash zoom to the one we get in House by the Cemetery.
Yes, yeah, it's less dramatic. There's no music to assume that heart picture was a danger.
We get horribly spliced footage now of a real heart transplant operation, together with zoomed-in sweaty faces of Krallman and Goyo, random shots of medical equipment.
Yeah, and some awful editing with some music that stops and starts, and it's just in constant, infrequent, sort of jarring music.
Yeah, and we actually see they take the heart. You see it beating in the fucking surgeon's hands as he takes it out of his chest.
Yeah, then he bites it.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
And puts it back in. Whoops, shouldn't have done that. Sure enough, the surgery is a great success. Julio starts to wake up, which is surely not what you want.
Instantly after surgery on the heart. Oh shit, Julio's waking up. Yeah, they forgot to tranquilise Julio. He was just already asleep. They thought they'd done it, but he was just asleep. It's nearly time for breakfast.
Back to the wrestling.
Yeah, well, thank goodness for that.
The Devil is against generic black and silver mask now.
Yep,
but
and she's winning.
Yep. Well, until she throws her out the ring.
Yes, I put, oh no, she's killed again.
But she's all right, but it does put her off her game. And the Devil gets a vicious roly-poly against her.
That she gets beat in a brutal submission move.
Yeah, abdominal stretch. Put away.
Oh, I give. Ref.
Arthur seems annoyed.
He does, yeah.
Annoyed by the fact that the horrific injury that Lucy gave to Elena is still playing on her mind. Probably less than 24 hours since
I said that. It's the same fucking night, isn't it? Is it the same night, or was it only yesterday that this happened? So, Of course, she's still worrying about it.
Yeah, but Arthur's really pissed off that she's still talking about it.
That was like when I fell over that once, wasn't it?
Yeah, was you?
I fell over once, right? I was running across the road. It was icy. And
Which at Ken's age is very worrying.
This was younger days. And I got to the other side of the road, and as I jumped up onto the pack as a car was driving at me, thinking, get off the fucking road, I'm going to kill you to prove my point.
Well, I did shout that from the driver's seat.
And I jumped up onto the curb, and as I did, my foot went from underneath me, and I slipped over, and I really, really smashed myself onto the floor. It really hurt. And like a minute later, I was just like, oh, God, it really hurts. And the girl that we were with, goes, oh, God, you're still bloody crying about that. And I was like, it's literally just fucking happened. It was the same minute. It's not like it was like 4 days ago and I was still moaning about it. So it's the same sort of thing. I can feel for her here.
Yeah.
Arthur's inappropriate anger.
God, that girl sounds like she doesn't care about you one bit. Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. I don't know, tricked me into marrying her or some shit.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Krallman asks Julio how he's feeling. Fucking great, says Julio. Papa. Via blinking. And Krallman tells him to get some rest. Go back to sleep instantly now. Thank you for being awake. They celebrate by burning the gorilla.
Hooray!
What do you think so far, Ken? It's all action, isn't it?
It's non-stop, isn't it? We've had 2 wrestling matches. We've got a plastic boy, like a rifleman doctor.
Yeah, man in a gorilla suit.
A man in a gorilla suit, wrong place, wrong time. You've got a limp dick. And
the lieutenant who's having to go at his missus for still being upset about an accident.
Being upset about nearly killing people.
Cut to the zoo. They finally noticed the guy in the gorilla suit's escaped.
Yeah, so it should be the next day then, shouldn't it? I mean, how can they not notice a fucking gorilla's gone for 2 days if it hasn't been the next morning?
Exactly.
Surely this is the next morning, which means she's gone back after maiming an opponent who's gone back on another match the same night.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever the day is now, they do finally notice the gorilla's gone, which is expertly shown by a man scratching his head at an empty cage. He's gone to take him some food.
We've got Ben Kingsley as Gandhi playing the zoo owner here.
He's fucking furious, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's
I like
pissed
him. I like him.
He demands they find it and shoot to kill if necessary.
Yeah. They're getting the rollicking of their lives, aren't they, these guys?
Yeah. We spend a lot of time in this locker room with Lucy and Arthur during this film. We're here again anyway. Arthur asks how she is and she says she's frightened. Arthur, I'm frightened. So Arthur tells her she either needs to get back in the ring or retire forever.
He's good at it. He doesn't take any nonsense, does he, Arthur? Yeah, stop fucking worrying about killing everybody. Just get on with it.
Or give up on your lifelong dream of being a wrestler, you shit.
Yeah, you idiot.
He says, I'll retire forever, which would make me very happy.
Yeah, because I fucking hate coming here watching this bollocks every night. It's boring.
She tells him Monday's free-for-all in the capital will be her last match.
That's good as well, because she looks about 23, so it's about time she quit.
Yeah. A little smooch is broken up by the trainer, telling them 2 minutes until bell time. Lucy asks Arthur if he'll take her out to dinner tonight, and he agrees, but only if she wins.
Yeah.
I don't go to dinner with losers.
Their backhands are across the face.
Yeah. Either you win or you fucking retire forever.
Yeah, you can buy your own dinner. Freeloader. She walks at the camera.
She does walk.
What the fuck was that? She just walks at the camera and stands still because there's no
room.
There's no edit. There's no fade or anything. She just walks at the camera and stands there, and then we cut.
Yeah, it's like she's turned the wrong way.
Yeah.
She goes, huh? Of course I'll win. Of course I'll win.
Yep, and then we get to see some more shit wrestling.
Yeah. It's someone's nan this time she's wrestling.
It was my nan.
Was it?
Yeah, back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was all over for the luchadoras.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, I
she
recognise
loved
the cardigan.
She loved it. Grandma Luchadora, we called her. So we knew which one she was.
It's just, you see, like, family reunions and there's just a woman in a fucking luchador mask.
Yeah, our other grandma didn't dress up like one, so we didn't call her that.
What
We
did
just
you
called
call
her
her?
just grandma.
Textbook nan.
Yeah, textbook, yeah. Grandma textbook.
The devil, she wins with a roll-up.
Yeah, another devastating move, isn't it?
So they're sort of both rolling around on the floor for a little bit. Like
They are.
cartwheeling.
Remember when the lady wrestlers used to do that in their lingerie matches? They used to roll around on each other a lot, and then they used to roll over the ref. The glory days of wrestling. Before, unfortunately, Papa Vince has been brought to book for his antics. Poor old Vinnie Mac.
She heads back to the locker room and Arthur follows until he's stopped by Mexican Robert Ginty.
Oh, bloody Ginty.
Yeah. And he tells him the details of the case. So they've got Super Special Squadron on a missing gorilla case, Ken, is what I put.
I like it because he actually says, what did you find out? And he says, quite a lot. He's like what? So like he wasn't going to tell you.
That's it, so yeah.
Quite a lot, bye.
Well, he tells Ginty to write out a report and he'll read it tomorrow. But Ginty says, absolutely fucking not, you work-shy fuck.
Chief wants to see you.
Yeah.
Big Chief Carl Weathers wants to see you urgently.
Carlo Weathers.
Carlos
Weathers. I mean, he's been out watching the fucking wrestling every night since we've seen him, so he's already rushed off his feet, is he, this guy? He's like, oh, not again. Nudity.
It's a bloody shower scene. 1969 buttocks. Prime buttocks from Mexico.
Yeah. It's Arthur. No, it's not. It's Lucy. She walks across naked, just a little towel.
Yeah, except for the arse.
It's Arthur. He wants the door opened right now.
In America, of course, you'd be saying, look at her fanny. Wouldn't you? But over here, we wouldn't say that.
Look at her fanny.
Oh my God, you can see her fanny. Yeah, over here, obviously, fanny means vagina.
Lucy isn't happy. Arthur is standing her up yet again to go play grab ass with Ginty and Carlos Weathers.
Yeah, well, she's got the real ass right there.
You never have a night free for me, she says. And he says, that's duty, my love. And she says, my love, my foot.
Tarantino reference.
She slams the door in his face and he fucks off.
Yep, and she plays with herself. That was the extended one for the European scene.
It was an extended one for Ken.
You're damn right. Not so for Goya. Limp dick fuck.
Well, Goya, he comes down to find Krulman asleep at the bedside of Julio, when all of a sudden, we get one of the most shocking transformations in cinema. Julio's face mutates into that of a sort of paper mache Incredible Hulk gorilla thing.
Yeah, which interrupts Goyo from looking at his bloody microscope again. What the fuck is he looking at? It's pissed me off, this did. Every time he's there, he's just looking in a microscope. You think, get the fuck away from that. Unless it's his test results that the doctor lied about all those years ago. He never actually was ill.
Yeah.
He just likes having a limp dick assistant.
When he sits up, I laughed out loud so much that I took a screenshot and sent it to Ken as I was rewatching it.
Of
for
what?
Making my notes.
Oh, yes, you did, yeah. Where he sits up, he's just there.
With his little...
In all of his gorilla glory.
With his little brown nipples out.
Why is he suddenly massive? I don't care about the gorilla face. That's because he's got a gorilla heart. I've got that, yeah. That's what happens.
Makes sense.
That's what happens. But not to be an enormous man body.
That's the gorilla blood.
Making him a large man.
Yeah.
With a gorilla head.
Yes.
That's why we should never mess with nature.
I thought you were going to break into the Birdemic fucking monologue from that scientist.
He's also got an extra scar, hasn't he? Which I assume just the actor with a big muscly body had.
Oh, on his shoulder.
Yes, he's totally fucking irrelevant. It looks a bit like Bruce Willis's scar.
Yeah. He starts making the yummy noise from Young Frankenstein, and Krulman wakes up to see his son is sitting up in bed with a shit Halloween mask on. What do you think to this mask, Ken? You think it's...
Oh, it's very poor.
Yeah.
But so terrifying.
Do you like his wig that they've put on him?
I do, yeah. I do like it.
His sort of caveman wig.
I like the whole look of him.
Yeah.
I think he's very effective, yeah. It's what I would imagine a man-beast to look like.
Very much so.
I'm not sure if it was half man, half beast, to be honest. I don't think the 50-50 was there, do you?
No.
No.
It's 5% gorilla.
It's just the head, isn't it, really, yeah. And the internal bit, I suppose. You couldn't underestimate that.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fair percentage.
He pushes Krulman and Goyo over in some superb bits of stunt work. Goya takes about 3 minutes to fall over.
Yeah, well, he only just sort of like nudges them a bit, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
they both fall over due to superhuman gorilla strength.
Yeah. And he escapes the lab, smashing through the window. I am surprised that they've got a massive window in a secret lab.
I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. It's like, isn't the lab downstairs?
Yeah.
So where's that window go?
Exactly.
He has to go up. He has to burrow up into out of the earth.
It's a window just showing dirt, because they're underground.
Yeah, I thought that. They always go down the stairs to get there. But they've got a window leading to somewhere.
Krulman tells Goyo to get his car and follow him, and then both men gingerly leave the room.
Yeah.
We head over to a lady.
Yes, another shower. Another shower scene.
Yeah, Julio, he's escaping, and he notices there's a light on in an apartment block. And he heads on over there.
Of course he does. He's a bloody gorilla. He likes a bit of that, doesn't he? He looks up, sees some 60s tits.
Yes.
That's what he's up to. He's like, oh, 60s tits.
He attacks her instantly. So, I don't know how he gets in, but he attacks her instantly.
But he does.
Knocks her out.
Yeah, foul rape.
Is that what's happening? I think he's just rolling her around.
What he's doing, he's like, he's slapping her naked body against his own, which, that's how I do it. That's how I get amorous with the ladies. They love it.
We do get a close-up of his eyes looking at her tits.
Yeah, I was as well. I was a bit annoyed that his eyes came on the screen because my eyes were that close to the screen when we were looking at her tits. So it scared me a bit, that.
She throws a lamp, and Mexican Rob Lowe in the silver leggings the Tin Man wore in Wizard of Oz. He lives next door. He's trying to get in. Can't open the door. Get blood spray everywhere. There's a lot of blood in this for a 60s.
There is a lot, yeah. Well, that's video nasty, isn't it?
Oh,
I know, yeah. Screaming, blood, banging on the door,
blood.
tits, ape. It's got the whole lot.
Tits ape.
Tits and ape.
The rest of the residents in the building, they're trying to get in, but it's too late.
It's too late. Dead tits.
Yeah.
Dead tits of the 60s. That was a good series, remember that?
Yeah, I did, yeah. And Julio, he's gone. But he's not gone far.
He's not. He's on the roof somehow. Yeah, he's on the roof, and the doctor arrives because the doctor's like, "Right, let's find the nearest woman with tits." There she is. Oh no, we're too late. There he is. Look.
My God, Goyo, we're too late. Looks like our ape has struck again.
There he is. He's just on the roof, sort of like tiptoeing around, isn't he?
We get a kid taking shopping home. I thought that might have led to something, but no.
I think they were making us think that, weren't they? They were leading us up to thinking he's going to kill a child. This has gone so wrong. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Even though the kid's whistling, what a fucking good whistler that kid is.
He is, yeah.
He's got to be like about 6 years old. Whistling like a bloody, what's his name? The one who used to do the bird song. Roger Whittaker.
Oh, yeah.
Him, yeah. One for the kids.
Jesus.
This film's from the fucking 60s, though. I think I can throw in a Roger Whittaker reference.
I suppose so, yeah.
Thank you.
Only people from the 60s would listen to this episode. Hey, I was born in this decade. Let me listen to this instantly.
And I like apes and tits.
Crawlman turns up, shoots a dart at him, knocks him out instantly.
Yeah. They should really get him in the police, shouldn't they, this doctor?
Absolutely.
He's a fucking crack shot, and he seems to be able to find the assailant very, very quickly before anyone else.
Yeah, with a gun made out of a briefcase.
Yeah, well done to him.
They take him away. Arthur is at the crime scene instantly, getting statements. Crawlman's keeping watch over his son. Cut that away from that instantly anyway. Nothing else happens in that scene. And Crawlman says, I was prepared for everything, but not this.
Yeah. Goya's just like, he's like, shut up. Okay, that makes sense, so shut up.
He goes all scientific. I was expecting the heart to reject
not the cerebrum.
Yeah.
And I like that because Goya just goes, the cerebrum? And he says, yes. And there's no further explanation. It's just confirming the word he used was enough to shut Goya up from his questions.
He says, the heart of a gorilla is much too potent for any human, and that the volume of blood to the cerebrum, which couldn't control the great pressure, damaged the superior parts. And when this happens, man becomes an animal, completely without control. You buying any of this?
Yes, very much so.
Ken's all
this
in.
is bloody science. He's a doctor telling me, for God's sake.
Why is his face turned into shit, is my question.
That was in a thought bubble from Goya, just looking up.
Why has he got a monkey face? That's what I want to know.
That would have been a good question for Goya to ask, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of just the cerebrum.
Yeah, hang on. The only thing I don't understand. Why is his whole body fine except for his fucking head?
I also enjoy the fact that the doctor knows all of this instantly, even though none of it came to him before he did it.
Yeah.
Now, however, he knows exactly what's caused it.
Yeah, and how to treat it. You need to give him this injection every 8 hours.
He's got to invert the process.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to do. And he's like, invert the process? He's like, yes, you stop fucking repeating things I'm saying, Goyo. Stop repeating things you say. He's like, fuck off. He's like, and looks in his microscope.
Apparently, he knows as well that Julio, he can return, but with damage to the cerebrum forever. Not only that, but he could change back to the scrotum face fuck, like whenever.
That's not what you want, is it?
Change back, change forward.
It's not what you want. It's certainly not what you need.
He comes up with a plan to swap the heart for another human instead, and he asks Goyo to help him, despite the consequences of another person having to die.
Do you know what I thought that bit meant? I thought he was saying, I'm going to need a live heart donor. And Goyo says, but master, the donor would die. And he says, I know. Can I count on you? I thought he was saying, can I have your heart, please? And he was like, yes, master.
Yeah.
Because he looks a little bit upset about it, but agrees. And I thought he just agreed to be killed.
Yeah.
But no, just basically, let's go and get somebody's heart.
Yeah, he's not swapping his heart for a 70-year-old fucking dickhead like Limp Dick over here, is he?
No, I tell you whose heart he wants.
Whose?
That bloody female wrestlers, that's whose heart.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's not happy because Goya points out that would be a crime. He says, yes, but she will die anyway. And if she lives, she will be an idiot for the rest of her life. I fucking love that line. Yeah. I watched that about 3 times and I laughed every time. Yeah.
Calls her an idiot. She'll be an idiot for the rest of her life.
Yeah, which made me think, should this film have been called Night of the Bloody Idiots?
That would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Remember that woman whose skull operation I did? Just what we need.
But that would be a crime.
But justifiable. That woman will die regardless. A little sliver of bone lesioned the cerebrum. And if by some miracle she lives, she'll be an idiot for the rest of her life.
Tomorrow, the plan is they're going to take her out of the hospital and bring her here. For now, Goyo needs to inject sedative into Julio every 8 hours to keep him sleeping. And for fuck's sake, board up that window. Letting dirt in.
He looks at us as well, doesn't he? Again, he just stares directly into the camera, the doctor, while he's telling us the plan.
I think he wants us to board the window up for him.
Well, somebody should have, because it was a fucking awful job by Goyo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We just bit of fucking sellotape. Just put some sticky tape across it and thought, that'll do.
Lucy, she's at the hospital to visit Elena, but isn't allowed access. So instead she asks how she is. No change. Okay, I'll see you later then.
We also get, actually, before we left the doctor, he told her to board up the window. And then he gives us this. Every precaution we take is too few. And you think, what's the fucking point then?
Yeah. We'll never.
Yeah, what's the point then? So which is probably why Goyo did it so half-assedly that he just fucking escapes again immediately.
It's 3 planks, basically haphazardly put together there. That's Goyo's attempt at boarding the window up. So Lucy fucks off. Julio wakes up, instantly gets free. Nice one, Goyo.
He just sits up because I think instead of tying him up, he's just laid some rope loosely on top of him. He forgot to tie him. Yeah, and then the window, he just gets up, obviously immediately thinks, oh, where's that fucking window I went out? Oh, there it is. Yep. And just smashes through the window again. Yep. He's
nice
off
one,
out.
Goyo.
He's off out on the bloody rape again, isn't he? No, Julio, no!
Well, where is Goyo, you ask? Because the doctor said specifically to keep an eye on him. Well, he's actually taken him with him to the hospital, so absolutely pointless.
And inject him every 8 hours.
Yeah.
How long's he not been there?
Who knows?
Because you'd inject him before you left, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If it were going to be longer than that, you'd inject him before you left, which means if he did do that, 8 hours was bullshit, then he needed to be injected a lot more than that. And if he didn't do that, he's only just fucking told you to. So why have you not done it?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Well, sneaking in through the window of Elena's hospital room with Krulman, of course.
That's why he's not there, yeah. He's sneaky peeper through the window.
Well, first order of business for Julio is to attack a couple smooching in the park.
Yeah.
My note is, shirt ripper.
Yes, he does. And throat ripper.
Yes.
Which I think is where Patrick Swayze got his tips for the Roadhouse film.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rips a man's throat out, but really, really slowly and sort of like for about a whole minute.
Yeah, and speaking of tips, the woman, she's running away with her boobs out.
Tits flapping in the breeze, I've written.
I've put Julio runs like a cunt.
It's part ape.
Is that what he's trying to do?
I think so. I think it's ape run. You ever seen an ape run? Do.
He catches her, rips her clothes off a bit more. She screams. He starts rolling her around a bit. Is that supposed to be rapage?
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Yep. I am obviously an expert on rape, and that... Well, I've read books and watched documentaries.
Do you mean
stuff.
Books on rape?
Yeah, I was reading a book once at work, and this guy came in. And he was my team leader. I was the supervisor. He was the team leader. And he walked in. He was just like, "Are you reading a book that's just called Rape?" And it was a book called The Rape of Nanking. It was about war atrocities. But the word rape was particularly big on the front cover. That's the only word he saw when he walked in. Just sat there reading a book just called Rape. Anyway, so yes, that's what Julio's doing. Well, he's not really raping him, is he, in real life? He's not really part of fucking Gorilla Dom. This is your suspension of disbelief.
I thought this was a documentary.
This is your suspension of disbelief.
Like I draw the line at this.
When he was slapping her against his own chest. That's to symbolise rape.
Right.
This is also symbolising rape.
Well, we cut to Krulman and Goyo taking Elena out the car, and then straight back to Julio. We get these shots of just nothing that no one cares about.
Yeah, she survives, though. She survives and runs off, crying foul rape into the night.
Yeah. And
I like that because she gets somewhere. I don't even know where she is now, but somewhere where people are. Is it like a cafe? Is it like a little diner or something?
I think so.
Like a garage, something like that. Anyway, one guy, his reaction to being told there's a raping monkey man in the woods is to run into the woods with a very small knife to attack him.
Blindly running into the woods.
To attack him, whatever's happening.
Mexican Ned Beatty, I call him.
Yeah, and off he goes into the night, promptly murdered instantly.
Yeah, by his own weapon.
Yeah, another guy.
That's actually quite well shot, that, with the knife over the head.
Yeah, I liked it. I
Yeah.
did. I like that bit. Yeah, that just goes to show, never help.
This is the same man that made that fucking weird Santa film, is directing this.
Absolutely nonsense, isn't it, now you told me that? It doesn't make any sense.
Again, we see the mad fucks, the doctors, taking Elena into the lab momentarily, and then back to Julio, who's still out looking for more women.
I like the fact that there's just this business gentleman wandering down the street.
Yeah.
And he says, oh no!
Oh, ape man!
There's a man ape! And he has his eye gouged out really slowly.
That's incredible, isn't it, that?
It's very, very well made, isn't it?
Turn-
Ghoulish.
Yeah. It almost looks too real, doesn't it, is my note.
Similar to the heart transplant, I thought this was real footage of an eye gouging.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know our eyes were made of mashed potato, but apparently they are.
You do now.
Yeah. Krolman and Goyo, he's dead anyway. That's enough to kill that man.
He's only fucking eye gouged out. I like that as well, because as soon as that happens, there's a woman who walks past the same street, and she just goes, a dead man!
I laughed my head off the way she delivers that line.
A dead man!
Oh, no, a dead man! Fucking brilliant.
Oh, a dead man, a dead man, a dead man, a dead man.
Meanwhile, the rape victim, she's being force-fed a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Just drink this! And then they say, the gorilla is to blame. So they're all agreed that it's the escaped gorilla. Remember the escaped gorilla that everyone thinks is running around? Well, yeah, that's what's to blame.
Yeah. Krolman and Goyo, they head out looking for Julio. They spot a large group of people standing around like Night of the Living Dead. One of the crowd tells them it looks like a mugging happened in the park, and they head that way.
Yeah, it's when the police arrive, they don't just run everybody down.
Yeah.
Everybody has to move from the police car because I think they forget to put the handbrake on and the cars keep moving where they're all stood.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's going on?
I like that when the old woman shouts a dead man, the police come running, run right in the middle of the massive group, and then the policeman's like, who yelled? The old woman's like, I did, sir. They're around the corner. There is a man, and he's dead. He's a dead man, don't you see? Comprende? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Cerebrum. Shut up, Goyo.
This is too much for Mexican Fine and Dandy to handle, and they have to call the station for backup. Yet again, Krolman shoots Julio. He's found him again. This is the third time we've seen him shoot this fucking kid. Knocks him out, they grab him, and he tells Goyo to go get the car. We need to get the hell out of here before more police turn up.
Yeah, and that's when the police turn up and just career their vehicle straight into the crowd of everybody because they forget to stop.
Yeah, and the guy that got stabbed, the most violent one of the deaths, he's still alive.
Is he?
Yeah, he says, put him on the stretcher, take him away. Don't worry about that one. They've gone with his throat ripped out, he's just left in the park. And that's when we head over to talk to the woman. Tells Mexican Fine and Dandy to sweep the park, the two cops.
Literally sweep the park.
Yeah, fucking filthy. We get a Warrior-style scene of a newsreader updating us on what we've already seen.
Good.
Interestingly enough, the police think it was the gorilla.
That's what I mean. There's a gorilla, isn't there? Remember the gorilla that's loose? That's what the police will think.
They refer to him as the assassin. The gorilla is called the assassin.
That was the name of the gorilla. It's weird, but that's what they called him.
On the account of him not being a gorilla, but a man.
We go back to the doctor's house, and on the gurney now, he's got that female wrestler that had a fractured skull from earlier. I'll tell you what, hasn't she got some fucking great tits? Hasn't she, Dom? That's what I was looking at, this scene. I was looking at it.
Make eye contact with me so fucking aggressively when you say that.
She has, though. She's got some incredible tits. Well done to her. I'd be putting his fucking heart into her. Keep her alive.
She'd be 90 years old now.
Well, she wasn't then. I'm not looking at a 90-year-old's tits, am I?
Technically, you are.
She's
You
dead.
pervy perv.
No, because they burn her.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so it's not the same person. So she's dead. I'm looking at a dead woman's tits.
Oh, even better.
Burnt. Dead and burnt woman's tits. That's whose tits I'm looking at. But they're amazing. Really enjoyed those tits.
Well, there you go. That's what Ken takes away from this film.
This film, incidentally, I was watching at work, as I mentioned, and I work with a very, very religious amount of people. And they don't watch TV. They're not allowed to watch television in case it corrupts their little minds. And
God, this sounds like a fun place to work.
well, you know, they don't do like preaching or anything at work. They just get on with shit. But I'm not going to say, "Oh, watch this." But
Anyone seen Night of the Bloody Apes? There's a girl in there with great tits.
Great tits, she's dead. No, I didn't say any of that, no, because I respect their beliefs.
Oh, very
But
good.
one of them walked in, and as he walked in, he looked down as he came past, and I think it was the park scene. And I had to stop the film, and I thought, I can't stop the film because I'm stopping it, and there's tits everywhere because she was running. And I thought every pause, I was pausing it, then I was stopping the pause because there was tits, and and it just looked like I was just watching still images of a woman with her tits out.
Running.
And I thought, I hope he's not seen any of that. But I couldn't have got that more wrong in my attempts to hide that from him. It just made it look even worse.
Were you on your break at least?
Of course I was on my break. Watching Night of the Bloody Apes during work time.
That's
Got
true.
proper work to do. With the cerebrum working in the hospital.
More heart surgery footage now.
Yes, yeah. I just thought it's a shame. Nice tits, but it's a shame. They're going to have to go.
The surgery, they're going to have to go. The surgery is a success.
Yeah, so they celebrate by burning her corpse.
Yes.
Hooray!
Meanwhile, on her nurse, on her rounds, she finds Elena is gone, sounds the alarm. The hospital have to ring Krulman, who tells Goyo to get rid of any evidence of Elena's body being burned.
Now, this is the longest urgent call, I'll go and get him for you moment of the film. And you've mentioned the earlier one, which was fucking painful. This, it's like a good 3 minutes of just like that. Hello? Yes, I'll get him for you. And he just puts the phone back down, and then he walks all the way out of the office, through the hallway, up, down the stairs, into the laboratory, goes and sees the doctor, says, urgent phone call for you. And then he very slowly goes out the room, goes up the stairs. I think he goes up the stairs to look at his own son before he then goes back down the stairs to go into the office to answer this urgent phone call, by which time they've hung up and thought, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a long, long time of nothing happening. Quite incredible.
He does bollock them when he picks the phone up, though.
Yes, he does, yeah.
He says he'll be over there as soon as he can, and you better fucking find her.
I like the fact that Goyo actually looks like he's about to molest Julio.
He probably is.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Maybe that's the undertone that the director was looking for.
Yeah, but he does say anyway. He says, right, you better find her before I get there. And there's 7 of them all stood around the phone at this point. Yeah, just all listening. And then they all run. And there's more than 7 of them because other people come running from off screen the other way to where they're running to. And you think, God, he scrambled the entire team.
Yeah, the orderly who's making the call, I like once he puts the phone down, he tells them that they have to search the hospital as if that's not what they would have done anyway.
Just wait.
Yeah, we better ring Krulman first, see what he thinks. Oh yeah, he says search the hospital. Let's do that.
Well, he does say, I have you searched the hospital? And he's like that. Then that's what I want you to do. Imagine getting no from that question.
No, we haven't. We just looked in her room.
Yeah, I like the fact as well that he's wasting all of this time because he knows full well that she's on fire in his fucking furnace. Still, let's take up all the resource in the hospital by making her look for people who are dead.
No, she's not missing. She's on fire in my furnace.
Still, search her anyway.
Krulman, he's giving the heads of the office the rollicking of their lives now. And that's when they all decide to cover up the disappearance by saying she walked out of the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, because of her injuries, made her prone to sleepwalking.
And she just got up and fucking walked out.
And then they said, and then she escaped. And it was like, you don't escape during a sleepwalk. You're actively planning during sleepwalking, surely. But that's what they're going with.
And then we cut to one of my favourite scenes here. It's Arthur at Police HQ.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the discrepancies between the evidence of the gorilla and the eyewitness statement saying it was actually a man.
I like this as well.
So what theory does Arthur have? That the gorilla didn't escape, it was stolen due to how small the city is and no one having seen it?
Yeah, perfect.
That doesn't make any sense. What most likely have happened? I actually thought, like, well, hang on a minute, is this a meeting about the missing gorilla, not the murders that are going on in the city? What actually happens? He says, Ken, I've got it written, what I'm going to say just might sound absurd.
Mm-hmm. Is this what he said, or is this what you're warning me?
This is what he says to his superior officers, the chief, Carlos Weathers. And he says it could only happen in this century. But from all of the proofs you have just seen, and the declaration of the young girl, I have come to this conclusion that whatever committed these atrocities is a beast, yes, but a horrible half-beast, half-human. And just like that, Arthur is laughed out of the office, stripped of his rank and fired immediately.
Yeah, Carlos Weathers, he takes his hat, punches through it, takes out his badge and his gun, picks him up and throws him through the window. And get the fuck out of here.
Like the scene in Mary Poppins when the dad's fired and they just fucking turn his umbrella inside out and punch his hat.
Yeah, and then he just kicks him out the window.
Can you imagine being in this fucking police office and one of your head detectives is like, maybe it's a half-man, half-beast hybrid?
A horrible one at that.
Well, the chief replies with the most convoluted sentence I've ever heard. What he wants to say is, that's fucking stupid. No evidence points to that. You've been watching too many Mexican luchador films from the 60s. What he actually says, Ken, is this. I'll say that's absurd. The proofs are circumstantial. It's more probably as of late, more and more you're watching on your television, many of those pictures of terror. What the fuck is that sentence?
That's what I said I was watching when that guy saw these tits.
You're just watching tits?
He was watching tits. I was like, oh no, sir, I am watching pictures of terror. Yeah, he screamed and ran off.
Oh no, Ape Man! He's dead!
Burn him! Burn him!
Burn the tits! Cut to Crawlman, he's back home, he's watching...
I've got a t-shirt with burn the tits written on it.
Cut to Crawlman, he's back home watching over Julio, he's recovering. Goyo brings in the paper.
Oh, this bit I liked, because he just says, have you seen the paper? And I thought it'd be funny if the doctor was like, yeah, you've got it, it's in your hand there. And he'd go, and then have had a little fake boxing match.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Crawlman tells him to just leave it, and eventually he gets around to having a look. And they've published the fucking half-man, half-ape story in the paper.
Who's told him about it? The press weren't in that meeting, were they?
No.
There's some bloody scoop. Some guy's got a scoop.
Yeah.
Scoops Mackenzie in the corner.
Yeah, oh man, what a scoop.
Hiding behind a plant.
Go runs into the wooden telephone box.
Yeah, straight away to call the editor. My God, I'm going to get front page.
Crawlman looks up to us at the camera again and says, 6 hours, dear Lord. I only need 6 hours. And he looks at the clock and it's exactly 4 p.m.
Which means 10 p.m.
And we cut instantly 6 hours later to 10 p.m. And now Julio, with the new heart, has the head of a woman.
Sadly, not the tits.
No.
Imagine having Julio's face, but beautiful tits.
What, a plastic doll head with
tits.
With
lovely tits. That's like a doll anyway, isn't it? Like a Barbie doll, that is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You looked at Barbie doll's tits?
Of course I have. Everyone has. Looked underneath the skirt as well.
What's under there?
Big old hairy cock and balls.
Oh, that's progressive.
Is that in the film, Barbie? Is that what she's got when she takes her pants off at the end? Oi, Ken, have a look at these. Right in his face. Yeah, is that what happens?
I'm going to lose listeners with that joke, I tell you now.
Oh, well. Didn't have many to begin with, so don't worry about it.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hang on a minute. It's changing back to Julio.
Oh my goodness, little plastic Julio, he's back, Papa.
Krolman is cock-a-hoop with joy.
He is.
And he and Goyo start Cossack dancing around the lab.
Well, he is. Obviously, Goyo's only got one fucking working leg. So he's just kind of hopping about and falling over a lot.
Yeah. Once they stop, he demands Goyo help carry him back to bed in case he starts.
This is Julio, obviously. The doctor's not going to bed.
Take me to bed instantly, Goyo, and ravage me.
We have much to celebrate, Goyo.
He asks Goyo to... I like how he asks Goyo to do it with his one fucking leg. He asks him to take him back to bed in case it startles him when he wakes up and triggers a change back to Monkey Man.
Yeah, because he'll wake up and think, oh my fucking God, I'm in the lab again.
Yeah.
I remember when I was an ape.
Yeah.
I was in this lab then.
I got loads of women. I was irresistible.
Yeah, now I'm plastic fuck.
Krolman says he hasn't been to the hospital in 2 nights, so he needs to go now so no suspicion is aroused. He leaves Goyo in charge to keep an eye on Julio all night, which worked out so well last time. Give him another injection in 1 hour. There's no danger as long as he's asleep. Stay by his side for 1 hour, although I could return at once and none of this would matter. I like that he contradicts himself, gives this massive detailed, and he's like, I could be back instantly, actually.
What, you mean like he needs an injection every 8 hours, stay here and watch him? Now, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, that's contradiction. He's full of them, this doc.
He is, and he's in the same sentence.
Yeah, he's not fucking messing about, although he is. See? See how easy it is to do that, contradict yourself straight away. It's very easy, but also difficult.
Stay by his side all night, though. I could return instantly, so it won't matter.
Yeah, but do that, or
Yeah.
don't. I'll leave it with you,
Yeah.
or not.
And don't close the door, leave it open in case he needs you, although he could not need you at all, in which case shut it immediately.
And if he goes to the toilet, go with him. And if he has a shit, wipe it, or let him wipe it. Or you just have a shit. If you have a shit, you wipe your own.
Or he can wipe it for you.
But don't let him do it. He's half ape.
Okay, he'll literally rip your anus out of your fucking mouth.
Or he won't. So don't. So, you know. Anyway, I'm going. Right, what's on telly?
Yeah, or am I?
Just sits down.
Meanwhile, Arthur hears on the radio that Lucy has won her latest match. So he rings Roberto Ginty and tells him he misses him. He's like, oh, I miss you too, he says.
I miss
What
you,
the hell?
Ginty.
And then he tells him to hook Arthur up to Lucy at the arena. Ginty is fucking delighted to help him, he says, and gets on the other line, asks the person on the other end to hook Arthur's car radio up to the phone in the locker room.
It's the same fucking woman again, isn't it? She's on the switchboard of the hospital who's now hooking up the police headquarters to the wrestling ring.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Lucy's taking a shower anyway.
Yep, buttocks and tits.
Yep.
Everybody, 60s buttocks, 60s tits. Lovely,
was-
lovely stuff.
Fine and Dandy's first names initially before we changed them.
What? Tits fine?
Tits fine, buttocks dandy.
Very nice.
Phone rings. She decides to go lie face down naked on the bench to answer it.
Yep. Well, it's either that or she stands there full frontal,
Yeah.
isn't she, with a bloody old 60s bush out.
Arthur tells her he listened to the match on the radio and she was wonderful.
Imagine how important is this wrestling that it's on the radio. You don't listen to wrestling on the radio. What's the fucking point?
Well, Mexico, they bloody love it down there.
What's the point?
She says, "Where are you?" And he says, "I'm on a dangerous mission to track down a half-man, half-ape hybrid who rips men's limbs apart and sexually assaults women at any chance he gets. But still, would you like to come and join us?"
And she says, oh, that sounds like fun. Can you pick me up?
His partner next to him, anyway, Mexican Freddie Mercury, he pipes up. Everything seems pretty calm, and Arthur says, "Yeah, the calm before the storm. I'm glad I asked my girlfriend to come join us just before it gets really dangerous."
Although I shouldn't really be doing that at all. It's not really policy, is it?
Yeah, just having our girlfriend in the back of the fucking car. Arthur and Freddie
Fredo?
They drive past Krolman's house just as Krolman leaves in his own car. He asks the nearby Bobby on the beat who he was, and the Bobby tells him, saying everyone's too scared to leave their houses.
Yeah, except he didn't. Or he wasn't, or he has. What?
But he did.
That's it. Yeah, And it's just like, so what? They're suspicious he's actually going to work now. He's not been going to. He's only going to work because they'll be suspicious he hasn't been to work, and now they think it's suspicious that he is going to work. What the fuck? And as far as they know, there's no reason to suspect the doctor anyway. He's the only person with fucking credentials.
Yeah, of course he's going to work. He's the fucking head surgeon at the hospital. But Arthur's like, you better keep your eyes wide open to the Bobby on the beat. Like, he's making just massive leaps of fucking... Anyway.
That's how you get results in the police.
Julio wakes up, probably because someone is shining a red light on his face.
I think he's actually having a wank at some point, Julio.
Is he?
I put Julio's having a wank.
Well, Ken is on watch for that sort of stuff on each
film. I think he is.
Cover.
Yeah, he's just like head moving from side to side kind of thing.
Which one?
Well, both in sync. It was with NSYNC.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, he's there.
Goyo hears him making noises from downstairs and goes to check it out. Everything seems fine, although he must have missed Julio in full fucking gorilla mode.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is an ape again, yeah. Apart from that bit, everything seems normal.
Standing at his door, I don't know how he's missed him, but he has. Julio comes downstairs and swiftly pulls Goyo's fucking head off.
Yeah. It's not actually that swift, is it? Because Goya's on the phone. Goya's on the phone trying to get hold of possibly the doctor, I would assume. He's the only person he speaks to.
I think he was trying to get hold of Fantasia from Hobgoblins.
In the baboon pit.
Yes.
How fitting for APE-RIL. Yeah, and he doesn't even notice there's a fucking massive half-man, half-gorilla walking really slowly towards him across open floor.
Yeah.
Until he's right there, and he grabs him. And he just sort of twists his head off.
Great voice work from Goyo as he's dying.
Very good indeed.
Krolman literally did turn up to the hospital and just fucks off back home straight away. Because he's back instantly, sees Goyo dead on the sofa, or as you Americans say, the couch.
Whoa.
Nice of Julio to reattach Goyo's head, I've written.
yeah, yes, isn't he? He's not got his head pulled off after all.
No.
He probably just put it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his own strength, does he? He's half man, half beast.
He's just a small child, man. He doesn't know his own strength.
He's just like, oh, that was it. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in the...
That was the noise he made. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Uncle Goyo.
Oh, no, Papa will be angry.
Papa will be angry.
I've pulled the head off his favourite servant.
I've ripped the head off his servant.
Oh, Papa, I do say sorry to you.
Yeah, Krolman, he gets back, races upstairs after he sees Goyo on the couch, and Julio, he's there waiting for him.
Yeah, he's just stood there, isn't he?
And Krolman says, "It's your father, Julio. It's your papa."
It's me, Julio.
It's DDP.
Oh, that would be good. It fits with the wrestling.
Hilariously, Krolman stumbles and brains himself on the fucking...
But somehow, mid-sentence, he just falls over.
How the fuck has he done that?
I don't know. He's like kind of thinking, oh no, Julio, oh no, ah! Without Julio doing anything, he just falls over and smashes his own head in.
Yeah. Knocks himself out on the floor. Julio picks him up, puts him in the bed.
Puts him to bed. You sleep now, Papa.
And he leaves to go kill that Bobby from earlier.
Yep, why not?
Because the Bobby hears all this happening and he's like, I wonder what's going on at the Krolman place.
Yes, that's odd. The doctor did leave.
Sure enough, Julio, he grabs the Bobby from behind and pulls...
Bobby from behind, of course, was one of my films.
Yes. Pulls his fucking wig off.
Yeah, rips his wig off. And my, that was on tight, wasn't it?
Yeah. Gorilla glue.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's blood all over the place. Just pulls his wig right off.
You know this woman that's watching it? Is that Lucy?
I don't know. I just put possibly Lucy.
Yeah, I
possibly
didn't know
just
either.
a random woman.
I
Not sure.
Yeah. She watches it happen, runs off into the night, and Julio pursues after her.
He's off on the rape again, isn't he?
Luckily, either Arthur and Fredo are either driving 1 mile an hour since talking to the cop, or they've just been doing laps of the street because they're still there.
Or they just forgot where they were going.
Yeah. They hear the woman scream and they head back and find the policeman dead. Krolman wakes up. He's not dead. I assumed he was dead then when he brained himself on the
I thought he
table.
was, yeah, but of course not.
Because the way he falls as well, it's not like his forehead or the side of his head, it's his eye.
He just falls, smacks, like, plants himself into it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No idea how.
Julio grabs the girl, rolls her around on the grass a bit,
Foul rape.
and then runs off. Arthur, he's made it to the park, spots Julio in his pyjamas walking down the path, a bit like the old Bigfoot footage. You know, that one of him just loping through the trees?
Yeah, like map foot.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And before he pulls his gun, but before he can shoot,
He gets shouted, "Oh yeah, mind me snorkers."
he's attacked by crawlmen.
No.
Don't shoot, it's my son, you moron.
No, me.
And then it gets to the point now where Arthur's just punching an old man to the floor.
He does it twice, doesn't he?
He didn't need to do it that second time. He's already down, Arthur. He's basically on the floor unconscious, and Arthur punches him again in the face.
That's for fucking Santa Claus versus the devil, you shit.
He runs off after Julio again, and he spots someone face down in the grass, turns him over, and it's Dollman Julio.
It's little plastic Julio again. He's become plastic once again. It's like the end of bloody American Werewolf in London, that bit for me.
Mm-hmm.
Except much, much shitter.
Yeah, I was going to say. Arthur is asked for a statement, and he tells the reporters to go piss up a rope. It's a big case, and it's difficult because they're in Crawlman's house now. Goyo's body's been taken away by an ambulance crew.
Why the fucking press in the crime scene?
Scoops McKenzie's on the fucking...
Is that him again? He was there all along.
Yeah. Undercover.
There's a bloody plant again.
Yeah. Undercover as a plant. He's in a pot. He's like a young Kenneth from Troll 2.
Been there 6 weeks. Always something going on at the doc's house.
Yeah. He's asked to go down to the cellar with Ginty to the secret lab. He shows him the monkey cage and the oven. He asks Roberto to have it analysed, and then he asks if they've identified the man in the park. And Ginty tells them that it's the son of Dr. Crawlman.
Yeah, well, he fucking told him that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Crawlman told him that. He said, "Don't shoot, it's my son."
Yeah.
I'm going to identify him. It's my fucking son.
It's his son.
What? It's my son.
Arthur says he just might give us a clue to the whole case. Both Julio and Crawlman, they've been taken to the same hospital, so Arthur and Ginty, they head over there. I like this next shot now when the nurse goes into the room, because it's instant carnage. It's like it's almost like Exorcist 3, isn't it? Where it's all nice and calm.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
And
that reminded me of The Exorcist 3. Actually, this bit. Yeah.
And then she walks into the room, and the doctor's spitting his own teeth out of his mouth and getting his head crushed by fucking Julio.
Julio's woke. He's a bloody ape again.
Oh God.
He's Goya without his head, or with his head, whatever else, however they decided he died. Has forgotten to inject him again.
Yeah.
So now he's ape face again.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Goyo.
This alerts Mexican Shakin' Stevens, who's in the opposite room. He's having a look at a little girl. He's examining her. He tells the little girl to stop fucking looking at the camera, and he leaves, see what's going on.
Yeah, she does that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I thought that. I thought, what the fuck are you looking at?
How old is that girl, you reckon? 6?
Yeah. You should understand fucking instructions.
Yeah, don't look at the fucking camera.
The age of 6, just look straight ahead. No, fucking straight ahead. Not over there. Still, they kept it in.
Yeah, Shakin' Stevens, he dances over to the room, and Julio attacks him instantly, choking him until he falls to the floor. Nurse stands there screaming rather than running away.
Or help him.
She
Just decides the best course of action is to scream.
She runs into the room with a small child in it, and sure enough...
That's probably the worst place she could have gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he's going to be chasing her, why would she immediately think, I'd better lead him to a smaller victim?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would.
But as long as you can run faster than the kid, you're all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sure enough, breaks into the room, attacks the nurse, and steals the child. There's no gasp. Again, and steals the child. Perfect.
Sorry, I was asleep.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This next scene is like when the historian is killed in Holy Grail, because we get a shot of the police just like looking, or the orderlies just looking round, just like...
Yeah, just like, what the fuck? What? Hey? What's happening?
Everybody's silently just standing around. There's the 2 orderlies that like do the hands out like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Arthur turns up, ignores everything going on around him, and has to speak to the sick man in the room.
Blood everywhere. He's just like that. Where's the doctor?
Steps over the nurse's corpse. Excuse me, where's the sick man that's in this room? And the orderly says, "What sick man? He's a monster. He murdered the doctor and took off towards the roof. And on his way, he took a sick little girl out of this room." Nice of this guy to pursue him rather than just standing there staring at...
Stand there going, I don't fucking know. It's not my part of my job, is it? This?
Just staring at the corpse of shaking Stevens.
Is he still shaking? Twitching Stevens, as he was known back then.
Twitching Stephen. Crawlman, he overhears this in his room. He's woken up. Arthur tells Ginty to surround the hospital, but don't shoot, because he's got a child now. You can't just shoot. He then tells the witness to go call the emergency squad and have them bring a net with them. She must be some sort of ape negotiator. He says to the other orderly, Arthur, "How do I get to the roof?" And the other orderly says, "At the far end of the hall! To the left!" I thought
he was going to give us the Venkman. He's just like, you go up.
Yeah. I can see why they didn't give that guy any other lines. Fucking screams.
That's a lot of stairs.
Crawlman, hot pursuit, follows him.
Yeah, he's all right again now, isn't he? Even after he's like smashed his own face in, he's okay again.
Yeah. Julio is right on the edge of the building holding the girl. The police, they're shining a spotlight on him from the ground. It's very much like King Kong, isn't it?
I think they were getting there. Yes. The effects certainly reminded me of the King Kong.
Ginty, he runs out and screams at them not to shoot. He's got a child with him. And the crowd's reaction had me laughing out loud, and I had to rewind. So you rewound the other one, I rewound this bit, because they look at him so fucking disinterested in what he's saying, and they all sort of one by one casually just look back up. That is brilliant, that shot. Fucking hilarious. Arthur makes it upstairs to the roof, draws his weapon at Julio, and Crawlman joins him and shouts at him not to fire. He asks Arthur if he can let him talk to Julio. Crawlman scales the ledge and asks Julio to let him have the child. He does hand the kid over, and he gets him back safely. I was expecting Crawlman to be killed there, to be honest.
I thought maybe a flailing arm. Maybe something like that, accidental or something.
Or just trips himself.
Yeah, just falls off the roof on his own.
Yeah. Allow me to speak to him. That'd be fucking brilliant.
Oh, God.
And the police in the report like, "Arthur, why the fuck did you let that old man scale the ledge? He's just had a fucking brain injury."
He punched him in the face twice. I was like, he's not fucking funny, bro. He's not right.
Equilibrium all off. Fucking instantly fell to his death.
His impact on the cerebrum. You just hear Goyo. The cerebrum?
Yeah, just his head in a fucking jar. So he takes the kid back to Arthur, and as soon as they do that, the police instantly shoot Julio.
Yeah. It's a shame, really, because that's what they didn't want.
No. Julio collapses. I thought he'd fall off, to be honest. A bit King Kong-esque as well.
I was hoping he'd go off, but no.
No, just collapses on the ground. Crawlman and Arthur, they drag him back to safety, and he changes back to regular weird-looking doll man, Julio.
He does, yeah.
And what does he say, Ken?
Papa.
Papa. Crawlman asks Julio to forgive him for lying to him, and Julio says, "You liar! You Peter."
No, not me. I like the fact that that's the last thing that Julio will ever hear is his dad just boringly explain the fact that he was going to die anyway, so it didn't really fucking matter. What I did, Julio, right? I just lied to you. You were never going to survive. You were always going to end up dead.
I thought it better to replace your heart with that of a goddamn ape.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've then gone on some sort of rape and kill spree across the entire city to claiming the lives of many, many people. Whoops.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh well.
Crawlman said he acted against the dictates of God, trying to save Julio. And then Julio says probably what we all would say in that situation. His last words are,
"Fuck it."
What? What? And then dies.
That's what I mean. It's like he just wastes his last opportunity to say something to him just by boringly explain a nonsense film plot.
I acted against the dictates of God. What?
Huh?
And then dies.
Oh.
Dies like a fucking dickhead is what I've written in his pajamas. That fucking Hugh Hefner or something. Krulman, he's so overcome with grief that he goes instantly insane.
As was I by this time.
Later in the car with Arthur and Lucy, Arthur tells us that Krulman went mad, ate his own hands, and then owned up to everything in a moment of lucidity. Poor fool, says Arthur. The desire to save his son from death was the cause of so many people's suffering. And Lucy sums up.
I like her summation of the entire film.
Yes.
This is what I thought. This should have been the tagline.
Yes.
For the film. This would be a quote on the front of the film.
She couldn't sound more bored if she tried. She says, "It's unfortunate, really sad."
End of film. That's the end. That's the big wow. That really sums up everything.
Yeah, how poignant.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Really sad.
Bye.
End of film then. Yeah, and they thought, cut, that is absolutely perfect. It's in the bag. Let's get this made. And that's the fucking end of the film. Apes. Rapes.
Japes.
Apes, rapes, and japes. That's what we should have called this month.
Instead of APE-RIL.
Rape-RIL. Oh, no, we can't call it.
No.
Not even us.
No.
Get away with that one.
So what did you think then, Ken?
Hang on. Right. Let me start.
Now I can begin.
It was fucking awful. But fucking hell, it was fun.
Yeah, this is a lot bloodier than I remember it being, especially for a 1960s film.
No, I thought that as well, because I've only seen it the once. I bought it. It was, I say, the bootleg version. I bought it, I watched it, and I just thought, that's not that bad. And then I forgot all about it. And then when we did the APE-RIL thing, when that suddenly hit us like a lightning bolt, it came to mind, and and I thought, I've got that. Watched it. And it was a bit more bloody. Just as fucking ridiculous, I think, as I thought it was. But yeah, there was a lot more blood. I thought it was pretty much just the heart surgery. I thought that was the only bit that was in it that would have blacklisted it for the video nasties. But there was quite a bit of blood. The throat ripping thing. I know it said it took over a minute to do, but it was a minute of ripping out a throat. That eye thing, yeah, it looked fucking shit, but at least you saw it.
Yeah, the stabbing was pretty bloody as well.
Yeah.
You do see the knife going into him.
And I do think, I know you said, was he raping them? Yes, I think he was, and that's the insinuation of the rape, I think, as well, would have contributed to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's not a fucking video nasty, though, is it?
No.
If you just seriously watch that and just be horrified by it, then you're a fucking idiot. Because if you're not sitting there watching it and laughing, then what the hell are you doing wasting your time watching this for an hour and a half? Watch this as a serious film. So yes, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a rewatch of it. Ridiculous fun.
Is this going into the bad movie cult?
It fucking is, yeah.
You fucking got that right.
You're damn right it is, yeah.
Rene Cardona, 2-time inductee into the bad movie cult. First of all with Santa Claus versus the Devil.
The thing is, right, this was going in before I even knew that. So this is like two separate entries as well. This is not linked to that at all for me. This is on its own merit, or lack of. This is going in. And the fact that it is him as well, just fantastic work.
Yeah.
What two fucking different films he's put out there for us.
Yeah.
I can't wait to accidentally find more of his shit.
Yeah, there is more of his shit as well. I had a little look. There's definitely
hell.
more on the horizon.
Oh, great.
More shit on the horizon. Then you worry about that. That's the bad movie called guarantee.
Yes, this one, apes, rapes, and japes. Next, we'll have shits and tits.
And dicks.
Yeah.
Doesn't rhyme.
Doesn't matter. That's poetry.
We don't have a pitch for this one, do we? We're not doing a pitch for
You
this.
can fucking have a go if you want.
Oh, all right then.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I've got some creature feature pitches.
Oh, go on then.
Just random names of creature features.
Is this because it's April? Is it ape-related?
Oh, fuck me, man. I've got one that's an ape-related, but I was going to go for that one maybe later on. Do you want the ape-related one? I can't guarantee I'm going to have another one for the next two.
Okay.
Do you want it?
Yep.
Okay. It's Worst Case Sicario, it's called. is the shittest hitman working for the cartel because he's got monkey hands.
Monkey bastard
Yeah,
hands.
he has, yeah. And he can't hold his gun properly. So he's rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got full monkey arms and legs. But
Yeah.
The rest of him's human.
And torso and head.
Yeah, also, yeah, the rest of him is monkey, full monkey. Yeah, but he's in the cartel
Right.
as Monkino. Monkeysmo.
As Monkeysmo.
Yeah, he's an ape working for the cartel. There you go.
Like
Danny Trejo, he's in charge.
Yeah.
It's his treats him like a son
Why?
because he likes him.
Why?
Because he likes apes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he likes them, doesn't he? What do you think?
No, skip.
Okay, I have got another one.
Go on.
But again, you see, I don't know whether I should be saving it because I'm going to have to really think now for the next two. Okay, it's called VIET-KONG. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it is, obviously, it's during the Vietnam conflict. But there's a giant fucking ape.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
VIET-KONG. It's with a K, Dom.
Holy
the Kong is with a K. It's like
Perfect.
Viet-Kong with a K. That's the clever bit. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
VIET-KONG.
Yeah, big fucking ape in Vietnam.
Is he on the side of the Vietnamese?
And he's not on any side. He's not going to have allegiance. He's just there. They're waking him up. The conflict awakens him.
Oh, it's CGI. Can we get Andy Serkis to do the motion capture for him?
No, it's life size, just him in a suit.
Oh,
in
it's
a
him?
gorilla suit. Yeah, he's not that big, Ashra, is he? How big is he?
5'8" or
Oh,
something.
is he? Oh, I thought he was like 8 foot.
Because of King Kong.
Yeah,
when he did
from what
that.
I've seen him in other stuff, I thought he was massive. Fucking hell, that's confusing, isn't it?
Oh, all right then. Well, 5'8" monkey in it's about the normal size of a gorilla.
just
I think, bit
just a
shorter.
small gorilla
Yeah.
in Vietnam.
And they just shoot him instantly. Just kill him.
Yeah, they do, yeah. He's only in it for the last minute.
Just get in the crossfire, just loping across the battlefield.
It's just a serious Vietnam film, and then a gorilla gets shot at the end.
Like Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. No. He's like, yeah, whoever wants to play the massive gorilla, that's fine by me.
I think we're going to have to CGI Circus into it, I think.
I'm happy with that.
Perfect.
Yeah, we get him. So, yeah, and the conflict wakes him up from his slumbers in a cave in a mountain.
Yeah.
And he wreaks bloody havoc.
Nice. Can we have some of the veterans of the Vietnam of the Vietnam War, like actors in it? Can we have Martin Sheen?
Oh, I thought you meant the actual veterans from the war.
They were
I was
all
thinking-
fucking.
They're all insane by now, though. Dom. You can't have that.
Yeah. So Martin Sheen, he can be in it.
He can, yeah. He's fucking banging on a bit, though, isn't
About what?
he? About getting old.
Yeah, well, we have to time to cut that shit out.
Okay, so Martin Sheen's in it.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen, yeah, he's in it.
He's in it.
I loved you in Wall Street. They can say that to
yeah,
each other.
That's it. That's one of their lines.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think Martin Sheen,
Yeah.
character name, Dick Hat,
okay, he's in.
and Charlie Sheen, Dick Milk.
It can't be. No, their name can't be Dick. They share the surname. Is it going to be his son or is it unrelated?
Okay, then his name's Silly Hat.
Small Hat.
Silly Hat, and he's his
Is it one of those like ones with a like propeller on the top?
yeah, his army helmet is
It's got
it's
a propeller on the
propeller
top,
on the
yeah.
top, yeah.
It's like red and green and red and yellow and shit.
Yeah, so Dick Hat and Silly Hat.
Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Who else was in these films? Tom Berenger.
Yes, Tom Berenger, he's in it.
He's an old fella as well, isn't he? So he's got to have some sort of high up rank.
Yeah.
I don't think Martin Sheen and Tom Berenger are actually active in Vietnam. They've got to be like in the war room and shit.
Yes, absolutely. Tom Berenger plays Periwinkle,
I like it.
Commander Winkle.
You've got to be able to command a winkle these days, haven't you?
Absolutely.
At his age.
Yeah. Willem Defoe.
Yes. Yeah, Willem.
Yep.
Little Willem, he's in. Or Big Willem, is what I've heard.
Is he like the train, like the train trains them up before they go out? A bit like Harley Emery.
Yes, he is. He's in.
He plays Jim Balloon.
Jim Balloon.
Jim Balloon.
GYM? Jim Balloon.
Yes.
I like it.
Jim Balloon.
I like it. We might need some young recruits to actually fight in this war.
I've got that. Marlon Brando. Reappearing like Kal-El.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not Kal-El. Whatever his fucking dad's called. Jarrell, is it?
Son of Jarrell.
Yeah, Jarrell. Obviously, he's whatever the fuck he's called in Apocalypse Now.
Colonel Troutman.
That's it. Colonel Kurtz.
Yeah. Was he a colonel? Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. And then, we need some youngsters to actually fight the good fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who are we going for? Michael Cera?
Yeah.
He's the scientist that's looking for the ape during the Vietnam conflict.
I don't even know there is one.
Oh,
yet.
right, that's true.
He's woken up.
He's the scientist not looking for the ape.
He's the scientist caught up in the Vietnam conflict.
Yeah.
He's a zoologist.
He is, yeah.
That's been drafted into the front line.
Yeah, Michael Cera. Who could it? Are we having Michael Cera? Are we going for him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's playing Arthur Teaspoon.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Are there any females involved in the Vietnam War, or were they not allowed to in those days? I don't think they were.
They were involved, but they were villagers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren with his ear necklace.
What, as a female villager?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to... I don't think that's going to work.
No. He could be in it, though.
What, just as he's just there on his own, not part of either side again?
No, he's just a battle-hardened... This is his 23rd tour.
Yeah, he's not even on the American side or the Vietnam side.
No.
He's just there.
Yeah.
He just moved there.
Mm-hmm.
It's on his first tour. He just never left. It's like his 15th year there, but it's his first tour.
He's Colonel Kurtz. He's our version of Colonel Kurtz.
But we've already got they've got the real Colonel Kurtz.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Can we have Junior Kurtz?
Yeah.
Kurtz Jr.
Yeah.
And it's Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a bit weird that we're casting Dolph Lundgren after my question about female characters, but we'll do it.
I don't think you have female characters in Vietnam.
I can't remember many either, except just the Love You Long Time hooker. But okay, so we don't have any female characters at all.
No, we need more than just one young character, though. We can't just have Michael Cera. He's not the leading man in this.
Okay.
We need a leading man.
Who's a leading man?
Who could
with
reasonably...
youth on their side.
Yeah, who could reasonably fight in the Vietnam War.
Who's the man of the moment?
Oh,
who's the June fucking bloke?
I was literally thinking
What's
him.
his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Oliphant.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do. Both of them.
Timothy Oliphant can be in it, yeah.
Who's he?
He's an actor.
He was a hitman, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else called Tim that we can get? I can't spell Chalamet,
Timmy
so I'll
Mallet?
just put Chalet.
Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet plays...
Pete Bush.
Pete Bush, yeah. What a great name, he'll like that. His female fans will like that.
It's just because, I think some of the other names are too good for the characters they'll play. But he's the main man, but he's going to be called Pete Bush.
Yeah, Pete Bush is the main man, and then you've got Dick Hatter.
Jim Balloon.
I fucking love that name.
Periwinkle.
That is too good, isn't it? Timothy Chalamet, yeah, and then someone else that's young.
I've got Tim Oliphant in there as well.
Timothy, he's not young though, is he?
Well, no, I don't know. I said him. He said he could be in.
He could be, yeah.
I just call him the Hitman.
Yeah.
Okay. The Hitman.
Brett the Hitman Hart.
They're not having him in it.
No, that's his name. Just totally.
Okay, that's where Brett the Hitman Hart, the wrestler, got his name from.
Yeah,
Vietnam.
Yeah, it was a well-known soldier in Vietnam that fought an ape.
Yeah, that's good though. That shows respect.
What's Carl Weathers doing? General.
Yeah.
General Carl
Weathers.
Yeah.
Just non-specific Carl Weathers. That's General Carl Weathers right there.
He gets the phone call that we've got two enemies out here: the VIET-KONG and the VIET-KONG.
Nice. But he doesn't understand until he sees it on the screen.
Yeah.
Or he's there when Kong first awakens. He sees it on the screen. And did they have video? I don't know. I was thinking video. It's a fucking Vietnam, isn't it, though?
No.
Could we have another conflict in Vietnam? A new one?
No.
Oh,
We can never have another conflict in Vietnam.
Not even for the purpose of this film. Do you think that would probably provoke a real one if we did?
I don't think we can bring
I think you're
one.
right.
Yeah.
I think we'd stir up a whole nest of vipers.
Yeah, or apes.
Or fucking worse, yeah. Apes.
Worse, I'd expect.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, and so we're going for a period piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't actually. I've written down. Unfortunately, I was thinking of a character name, but we've used Scoops Mackenzie for the press man in that last one. But I did write Spicy Mackenzie. I don't know why. I thought of it the other day. I thought of it when I was cooking chips because we've got some like
fries for you Americans.
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
French fries.
We had some wedges. And I said, "Do you want the Spicy Mackenzies?" This is the actual question I asked my wife, and she said, "Yeah, we got any wedges?" And I said, "Yeah, do you want some Spicy Mackenzies?" And she was like, "Yeah, that'll be all right." So she never even noticed. That's how you can slip that into a conversation, Spicy Mackenzie.
Yeah.
But I just wrote it down.
I think Spicy Mackenzie should be one of the young recruits as well.
I like it. And I've also got another thing written down. The late sandwich.
Is this... It's not...
Not the deceased. No. It could be, if I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking it's...
Gutenberg.
Bloody Gutenberg back in town.
Yeah.
But it was just the late sandwich. Because I was talking to my son about like dinner and what he wanted for food.
Did he reply, "I want a late sandwich"?
No, I just thought like that. Maybe like if you had a sandwich. And I thought it's a bit late, isn't it? It'd be a very late sandwich. And I thought, oh, the late sandwich.
Yeah.
That's just smart, I've wrote them down.
That could be a nickname for someone. I don't know why that would be their nickname, but it could be.
Because they have a sandwich that's late.
Yeah.
A bit late in the day.
He always arrives at the end of the battle with food.
With the sandwich.
With a Subway.
Halfway through a sandwich.
Who's Spicy Mackenzie?
Who can be like insane?
Steve Buscemi?
No, but like a Vietnam insane. Not just insane, just in a pub, in a bar somewhere. That's Steve Buscemi. That.
Yeah. Insane in Vietnam.
But in Vietnam, who could be an insane character? Who would be he's already gone off the rails. There's always one, isn't there, in these films? There's always one that just loses it.
We need a sort of Bill Paxton type customer, don't we? In Aliens.
We just need somebody like that. But who could that be? Who's young and could do that for us?
Clint Howard?
Well, he could definitely be. He could be the late sandwich.
He could be, yeah. Hulk Hogan?
Oh.
Spicy Mackenzie, brother, reporting for duty. I've gone insane, dude. Spicy Mackenzie thinks he's WWE wrestler Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so he's not Hulk Hogan, but he thinks he is. Okay.
The feather boa and the glasses.
So that way we don't have to keep casting Hulk Hogan. Because your obsession with Hulk Hogan's not stopping. Ever since you looked up his weight of his dick, he's been in every bloody episode. You're obsessed with it. And him, and it, and them.
And it.
And it. Okay, so Spicy Mackenzie thinks he's Hulk Hogan. So who can play this character?
Hulk Hogan.
No, that's too clever. For him to think he's Hulk Hogan, but we get Hulk Hogan to play him. No. Plus, he's not that young, Hulk Hogan. Not these days, Dom.
He's quite sprightly.
It's not spicy enough for Spicy Mackenzie, though, is he?
Chris Hemsworth?
He's never fucking sprightly, was he? Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, because he was going to play Hulk Hogan in a biopic.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Chris Hemsworth was going to play Hulk Hogan in a biopic of Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh, he's in anyway. Yeah, he's in.
And I think we should have Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I think we should as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, who we got for him?
His name is Gaylord Homeslice.
Nice. Is he the Vietnam guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the general of Vietnam.
Fucking American. Oh, no, he's British, isn't he? Henry Cavill. No, he's the hero.
Called Gaylord.
Gaylord Homeslice.
Okay.
Private Homeslice.
Okay, right. That's it then.
Done.
Sorted. And
So
then,
what the fuck happens?
And then loads of Vietnamese guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorted.
Get him, hire him over there.
Yep, Jackie Chan. He's in.
Yep.
Yep. Beat Takeshi. Yeah.
Yep.
All of them.
Bolo Young.
Yeah. Yeah, Van Damme.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seagal. Get the whole bloody lot in there.
Seagal will be in there, won't he?
Yeah, he'd love it, wouldn't
He's the general of Vietnam.
he? Yeah, he could be, couldn't he?
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
tiger kimono on or whatever the fuck he
Yeah.
wears nowadays.
Yeah, we'd get somebody just to play him, but it's not him.
No, yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't do the films anymore, would he? But we
No,
could get somebody to play
And if he
him.
did, he'd just be sitting down. And
Well,
all
yeah,
of
we'd
them.
get somebody just to sit down, but it'd always be facing away from the camera.
Yeah.
In a Dracula wig and a kimono.
Yeah.
Isn't
Marlon Brando, maybe he could do that.
He whispers as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Is that what he does?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, so they fight the Viet-Kong. In the end, massive battle at the end. Viet-Kong, a three-way fight between a massive ape, the Viet-Kong, and the Americans.
Yep.
And the Americans lose, and that's why they lose the Vietnam War, and it's covered up.
How's it covered up?
With a really big blanket.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Viet Kong is just stood there with a blanket on his head.
What happens
So
is...
that's it.
What happens is Henry Cavill...
Deploy the blanket. They just, like the Air Force, just come over and just drop a big blanket over the gorilla and he sits down, confused, thinking it's night.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the war.
What happens is Henry Cavill, he detonates the napalm, kills him, sacrifices himself. All the Americans die. Kong dies.
He sacrifices everybody.
Yes, himself and everybody else.
He said he was the hero.
He is the hero because he kills the massive ape
and everyone else.
Not the Viet-Kong. They fucked off.
Oh, what they?
That's
just,
why they won
in the tunnels.
Yeah,
they just sitting in the tunnels. Sitting in the tunnels, were going.
Yeah,
you idiots.
Michael Cera dies when he falls into the punji sticks dipped in shit.
Yeah,
trap that
just
they
there.
had.
Oh, bloody shitty stick, Sarah.
Yeah, that's what we call him afterwards during filming, light ribbing, one of Ken's films. And that's it. So everyone's dead. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's good. There's not much detail in the action, but that's how it ends. Yeah.
Well, Henry Cavill wants to get back to his love. You know, his childhood sweetheart.
Here's your female character. Who is it?
Well, you know, I'm sick of casting. I don't really understand why females get all the female parts.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, please. Is his childhood sweetheart.
Well, he's definitely not got any female parts, has he?
Well,
from that Google search. No, Isla Fisher.
Who's that?
She's in...
The shock. The pure panic on Ken's face when they asked him that. Is she the Sacha Baron Cohen's wife?
Yeah, she is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's tiny, though.
That's fine. She's only in a photo.
He's a big lad. Oh, right, okay.
She's not turning up. I've come to see you in Vietnam.
I thought we were going to have flashbacks.
Oh,
shit.
yeah, we could, yeah.
Flashbacks, right? But in the background, what we don't notice is there's a fucking giant ape.
In every... like a possession movie. He just notices in every photo with them, there's a fucking ape in the background.
Yeah.
He just looks over the photo album he's took with him. So, my God, look at this Colonel. He's followed me to Vietnam. He wasn't in Vietnam. He's followed me here.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. I've been stalked by a fucking 8-foot ape through my whole relationship. And I've only just noticed.
Yeah, we never find out why.
Because he fucking kills everyone, including himself.
Yeah, it's a shame, but it's how it had to end.
Perfect. I think we've done well there. Well done, Ken.
Thanks very much.
Nice twist you've added there. with the fact that an 8-foot ape has been stalking Henry Cavill and Isla Fisher since they were childhood sweethearts.
And that's the pitch.
Perfect. Well,
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the very first in our APE-RIL episodes.
APE-RIL. Do you get it? APE-RIL.
Night of the Bloody Apes. What do you think to this film if you've seen it? Do you like it? Were you shocked by the level of special effects?
Wrestling?
Were you shocked at the level of wrestling? Was it almost too gruesome for you? Did you have to look away? Let us know. badmoviecall@gmail.com. Social media, we're on there. If you want to find us, you want to come and speak to us, anywhere you find social media, you'll find us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Threads, apparently. We're literally anywhere you want.
We're on Letterboxd. Have a look on that. We've got a list going on that as well that we record every single episode that we've done. All the films we've covered, they're all on there.
Yeah, and it's sometimes Ken puts films down that he's been watching.
I do, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, you know.
So have a little look on there, follow us on there if you'd like. And if you'd like to support the podcast, leave us a 5-star review, or comment, or like, or subscribe to us.
Or all of them.
Massive help in getting us found by new listeners. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. Thank you, yes.
The fun doesn't stop this month. We're back again next time with another ape-filled bonanza.
Yes, that's what it is, yes.
Or banana.
Will there be apes? You betcha. Will there be rapes? I don't know. I can't remember what the film is we're doing, but maybe. Will there be japes? You better believe it. I don't think rapes needs to be part of the criteria, does it? I don't think we should throw that in as we guarantee there will be rapes.
No, I don't think that's a guarantee.
I think that makes us odd.
But until next week, we'll work on the slogan and we'll see you there and then for a brand new deep dive, film pitch, movie review right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast. See you later, Kenneth.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bye. That was an impression of a monkey at the end.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought you stubbed your toe.
No. I'd have fallen over and smashed my head into this table if I had.
Is that you, Papa?